Okay, here we go. All right, well, welcome everyone to our October National Meeting Night. I'm Betsey Bishop, Senior Executive Director. And also greeting you will be Terri O'Neill and Lindsey Cavanaugh, both also Senior Executive Directors with our company. And so we're really excited to welcome you to our October National Meeting Night. I don't even know where the year has gone. I'm sure some of you feel the same way that I do. It seems like it was just yesterday that we were celebrating New Year's. And here we are, we're getting ready to work on that again. But I have to tell you, for me, October 1st is one of the most fun days of the entire year. Because business-wise, I know that we're kicking off the most exciting quarter in our whole business. And Lindsey made a very good point to me today. We're kicking off the most exciting 4 months. Not just October, November, December, which is our final quarter, but also January, because January is always a big month for us. So I want you to be excited and be thinking about what's possible. And for those of you who are brand new, don't even know what's possible, I want you to think big. For those of you who haven't gotten what you really want from this business, I want you to think big too, because the potential in October, November, December, January is greater than any other 3 to 4 month span within any given calendar year. So we're gonna give you some tools that hopefully will really make a big difference for your business. But the way we're gonna kick this off is I want to introduce Lindsey, and she's going to be talking with us about what's unique and exciting about October.
Hi there. Thank you, Betsey, so much. Can you all believe, I can't believe personally that it's October already. I feel like the months fly by, but I am too so excited. This is such an exciting month. I believe it's like, boom, it's here and it's just time and get our calendars really in gear and rock it out and make that income. And I'm just going to start off by showing you those incentives. Betsey, will you be able to share the incentive slide or do you just want me to talk about them?
I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So who saw those incentives this morning posted on all of our team pages? They're awesome, right? So first up, think about, here we go. We're going to be sharing this. Oh, look at it. 70% off the line that's going to kick off in January with $1,000 in sales. That's 1 to 2 parties, $1,000 in sales. Every single person in our entire teams have to do at least this much, right? Because it's huge and it grows our business forward and it gives us all of the new products to show and share and really make our next quarter even stronger, right? $2,000, 2 to 3 parties, depending on your sales average. And everybody needs that pop socket because, again, it's just a way to be a conversation starter when we're out and about. People are going to notice it. $3,000 in sales. Same thing, about 4 parties. 4 parties. All of our newest consultants that are starting with their launch party plus 4 more, those of you that have their 4 parties up already, this is going to be yours for sure. And if you don't have it, that's okay too, because there's still plenty of time. But Girl Boss, again, easy way to be branded, talk about your business, and start conversations out and about.
Lindsey, I love this shirt. We've never had one like this before.
Never.
This is really cute. The scoop neck, the long sleeves. I love this shirt. This is so much cuter than anything we've ever had. I love it. Love it.
It's really cute. And then,
yay! Lindsey knows how much I love this.
Betsey loves it. I'm going to sell mine to Betsey. No, I call it. No, I'm just teasing. But this well bottle. And look at this color. It is so freaking awesome. 5 to 6 parties, $4,000 in sales. And remember, that party number is not a must-have. If you have one $4,000 party, now I know that's really wishful thinking. But just to tell you, because some people get confused and think that you have to have 5 or 6 parties and the 4,000. But it's 4,000. Only the sales total is the amount that matters in this. But they're just giving you a general rule of thumb that it's about 5 to 6 parties that you will need to get the 4,000 in sales. But
Lindsey, look at this thing, and it says it's a larger 25-ounce size.
Ooh.
I mean, this is literally a weapon. This thing is so.
You could probably fit a whole bottle of vodka in that sucker.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just teasing, guys.
You just put a whole bottle of vodka in this thing.
But that is just, that's so beautiful. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Just awesome. And then this $5,000 in sales, it's an awesome carry-on, but it's a branded carry-on. One, those are perfect for sliding through our smaller airplanes that we're going on lately, right, when we're doing our traveling. But think about what else you can use that for. What a great piece to even carry your catalogs and all your business materials. and maybe even some bus lines or, bracelet bars, and to have it on wheels to carry into your party, because, catalogs are heavy, aren't they, sometimes? So there's so many ways you can use that. So right now, think about that. $5,000 in sales is going to earn you every incentive, a fabulous income, and 5,000 trip points. 5,000 trip points. And guess what? 5,000 trip points are huge. So definitely set your goal, reach out, share that with us, and let us help you get there. No matter where you're at, even if you have nothing on your calendar right this minute, we can help you get there by partnering together. So again, that kit, we have an awesome kit this month. Who saw the new 4 pieces that they gave us this time? So again, our kit value is $900. 4 awesome pieces: the Lulu earrings, the sand ice bracelet, the wrap star, the black wrap star, and the on the fringe necklace are 4 extra pieces this month. And what else kicks off? Ornaments. And this time, first time ever, it's not just for our hostesses. We can sell the ornaments to our guests. This is huge. Every guest is going to want an ornament at 30% off. Trust me. They spend $100. Oh my gosh, you get to pick any ornament at 30% off. Pick any ornament at 30% off. So you're not going to say, oh, would you like to have a 30% off item? Or you've qualified for, oh my gosh, guess what? Pick any piece of jewelry or a Swarovski annual edition ornament for 30% off today. So there you go. There's our incentives in a nutshell. And now I'm going to kick it off over to Terri for our next up and coming fabulous thing.
All right. Thank you. So we had the September Success Series, and Lindsey just talked about our awesome incentives, and we've had such a good series so far. We kind of wanted to do number 4 and mix it together with our national Zoom training tonight. So I'm going to talk about the hostess coaching aspect of everything and how it ties in and how you can earn these incentives when you're really working with your hostesses and hostess coaching them. So Betsey posted a really fun flyer. Can you share that, Betsey? And I'll post it up on our team page. I thought this was so, did you make this, Betsey, or did the company make it?
Company made it. I'm going to show you where to find it, actually. So if you go to home, can you all see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope they do this every month. Look how cute this is. This makes hosting a party so simple when you're showing it like this. So let's talk a little bit about hostess coaching. It's interesting because the Direct Selling Association did a study with hostesses across all direct sales, so not with just Touchstone Crystal. And they asked, what are the 3 things that hostesses are looking for? And whenever I ask consultants this, I guessed first too that it would be free product, whatever the free product was. But it actually isn't. The first thing that they want is for their friends to have a really good time. The second thing they want, still not the free jewelry, is that their friends don't feel any pressure. And then the third thing is the free product, the free jewelry. So I think knowing this as your hostess coaching your hostesses and keeping that in mind as you're booking parties, as your hostess coaching away from the party and right there that night makes such a big difference. So they want their friends to have a good time. They don't want any pressure, and they want the free product. So I love this sheet because this really goes through with you just the simplicity of having a party. Like Lindsey said, we are coming into the best selling season. The next 4 months are the best months to book. And you guys, people want to host. I can't tell you how many people tell me on a daily basis how busy they are. Do you guys feel like that? Literally every time I pick up the phone or I run into someone out and about, they're telling me how busy they are. We are all so busy. How many chances do you get to get together with your girlfriends, right? I know my girlfriends and I are trying to plan something for this weekend, and we've had such a hard time. How many of you want to get together? Well, your friends do too, your hostesses do, your guests want to get together. So have them choose the date, pick a theme, invite their friends, have a good time, and go shopping. It really is that simple. So choose a date, pick a theme, invite their friends, relax, and go shopping. And I shared this on the new consultant one. Lynn Conway shared this at her trainings too. When you're out booking your parties, make sure you use that open date sheet because it really does help.
Terri, question. Can I ask a question? How would you use this flyer? I mean, I have it, I created it as a JPEG, but it's also a flyer that can be printed out. How would you recommend using that?
I would even send it. out. If I'm looking to book a girls get together, I would even send it and say, oh my gosh, now is the time to book. This is all you have to do.
Like as a photo, like as a little JPEG?
Yeah, just send it as a picture.
Okay.
I would bring it with me to my parties.
Okay. Print
Lynn
copies.
has the open date sheet.
Mhm.
Wouldn't it be fun if we printed this as our open date sheet and put our dates on it? So you're printing out the flyer, you bring it with you, you have your dates right on there. She
Mhm.
can look at the themes right on there. You might want to highlight a couple of the themes that you really like.
Mhm.
This is just such a fun way to show that it really is that simple. It really is fun and simple.
Terry, I'm sorry, did you find that under resources?
I'll show you where to find it. Let me
Okay.
click share again.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So let's see. So I went to the main page and I click on the Rocktober bar. Okay.
Where you can find all
It's
these.
actually a clickable link. That slider is a clickable link. So I click the clickable link, and this is all of the October stuff in it. It's where all the October things reside. The kit, the holiday things, the sales incentives, the keep in touch, the theme parties. And that's where I found the flyer. It was down here under this invitation. And I clicked that and I got the flyer.
So cute.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that. I did not know.
Sure.
Yeah,
that.
it's cute.
That's
I hope they do it
really
right.
helpful.
Yeah.
So printing out that flyer, bringing it with you to your parties, using it as you send out to book parties, and just remembering that it really is about the experience. It's not about us. It's not necessarily about the jewelry. It's about the experience. It's about getting everyone together and giving them a really fun time, right? So 3 things, just keep it in hostess coaching really simple. 3 things that I'm going to focus on tonight is picking a date, how to send the invitations, and reminders. So those are the 3 huge things with hostess coaching. If you're doing those 3 things, the chances of your parties holding are so much stronger, and the chances of them being good parties are strong, right? So right away, pick a date, whether you're doing it over text or whether you're doing it at a party. Have them pick their date. There's nothing worse than saying, let me check my calendar and get back to you, right? So I just was
We lost you, Terry.
yeah, that was weird. It just said I was muted. Can you
That was my fault. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Did you guys hear all that or no? Any of
Just
it?
the last 10 seconds.
Okay, so making sure that you've got your dates out, and she says, you know what, let me check my calendar, and you could say, I didn't notice my thing says Patrick and Terry. Sorry, squirrel. All right, so I'm back. So it says, you could say, would you prefer a weekend or a weeknight? And you know, I'm totally fine with you checking your calendar. What do you think you prefer? You know what, I think my friends would prefer a weeknight, but I'll check. And I'd say, I totally get it. You know what, I only have a couple weeknights available. I've got a Tuesday, October 8th, and I got Thursday the 15th. Would a Tuesday or a Thursday be better? Actually, you know what? I think Thursdays would be better. Do you want to go ahead and pencil that in? Most of the time, you guys, if you're working it that way and you're just helping her narrow it down, you're going to get a booking much easier. You're going to get something on the calendar much easier, right? So pick a date. When you leave that party, you want to have your dates at least penciled in. You can always change them later. And decide how you want to do invitations right away. So whether you booked the party at a party or whether you booked it out and about, how do you want to do your invitations? Normally I do it 3 ways. I can do an email, I can do a text, I can do a Facebook event. We can do all 3. Which works better for you? And I have her decide, you know, this is what works better for me. Right away, you want to friend her on Facebook. I usually have her hand me her phone and I find myself so that I've got the friend request right there. Makes it easier. So I've picked a date, I've decided how we're going to do invitations, and then I decide when we're going to have the invitations done. Even if the party is booked in November or December, I want to do the invitations now as a save the date. So if I just booked Betsey tonight and I'm like, Betsey, if we set you up on your Facebook event and I send you a text link as a save the date, do you think you could go in and add guests by Thursday? It'll just take her a second. So I say it nice, I'm nodding a little bit, but confirming when the invitations are going to be done, it takes so much work off your plate later on trying to chase her and having to figure all that out. So you've picked a date, you've set up the invitations, you have them all sent out. You want to check in with her and ask her how her RSVPs are going. But listen, most people aren't going to RSVP until about 24 to 48 hours prior. all the no's are going to come in first, right? So you want to let her know it's totally normal to get all the no's first. Expect the no's. You're going to get most of your RSVPs 24 to 48 hours before the party, and make sure that she knows how to send the link. And then 3 days before, here's some reminders that you can send. And I give her specific verbiage that she can send out to her hostesses, to her guests rather. Verbiage for the people that said yes, verbiage for the people that haven't responded that she would love to see, and a link, the hostess link again, for those that can't attend to help her get some outside orders. So you want to really work with her. Betsy, we're going to have a really great time at your get together on Thursday. I want to make sure everyone doesn't miss it, that they get a chance to check out the Sparkle. Here are some reminders that you can send out. So it's really simple, you guys. It makes such a huge difference if she does those reminders. And then when you get to the party, after the party too, sending her a link again, thanking her for hosting, and the link for those that didn't attend. So that's really hostess coaching kind of in a nutshell. If you're doing those pieces, that's the main thing that you can do to make sure that your parties hold, to make sure they're successful for you and successful for her as well.
Do you want me to show the hostess coaching checklist?
Yeah, please, I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
So here's a really great hostess coaching checklist. You can find this on Glam Central. If you're like me and you're kind of type A, you can print it out and take out some of the verbiage. I have it in my phone, so I don't need it on that sheet too. It overwhelms me a little bit.
You can go to resources to download.
Yeah, resources. Maybe it's under download.
It is down to host.
Oh, there it is, hostess coaching checklist.
And it's over here on the right. I'm just showing them where they can find it.
Okay.
Okay.
So resources and hostess coaching. This is really great, you guys. Try not to let it overwhelm you, because honestly, you're going to get through the first one and the second one right away. And then the next one goes through those contacts. When you need to contact her, exactly what you need to say, everything you need to do is right here on this hostess coaching checklist. I print this out. Each of my hostesses has one of these, and I've got them filed by month in a binder. And this is just, like I said, an easy way to keep track of this.
That's great.
All right, so I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let some really successful bookers take over to share with us how they are getting these parties booked.
Lindsay is going to interview a couple of our team members, Randy Maju in Texas and Lisa Snow in Ohio.
Thank you. Hi there, Randy. Hi, Lisa. Are you
Hi,
here?
Lindsay.
I see you. Hi there. And Lisa, are you here too?
I'm here.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, both of you, with us. I'm going to ask you the question, and then you guys, whoever wants to go first, go first. But I know that the two of you are master bookers, and Randy, I can't speak for you, but I can speak for Lisa, that I know that there's been times where, you know, her calendar hasn't been where it's going to be, or that things all fall apart. And Lisa doesn't give up. She doesn't just say, okay, I'm done. I'm just going to give up on this month. So I just love that. And I would like for each of you to share with everybody on here, what do you recommend for people who are starting with an empty calendar? Where do you start when you start with an empty calendar?
So I'll go first.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So I always try to reach out. So if you have an empty calendar, I always try to reach out to my past customers first. And if I don't have a party booked, then I'm going to have my own party. I'm going to book my own party. And something that I really love doing is mystery host parties. And I love doing them in person, but you can also do them online. But a mystery host party, for those of you that don't know, is all of the friends coming together and having a normal party. But then at the end, there is a host drawn, and that person gets to get all the host awards. So when that happens, I have everyone who orders something for $50, they get their names thrown into the pot for $50. If they order something 100 and above, then they get their name in twice. So it's a way to generate, PSV, and then also it gets them excited about it. And then someone's the host, and everyone's excited for the host. So, and sometimes they're even like, okay, what are you going to get? And they already have a list of things they're going to get. So it generates a lot of enthusiasm and fun. And so I normally do that. And then from that party, I will have an incentive to book more parties from that mystery host party. So that's one of my ideas to do.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
And Lisa, how about you? If you had nothing on your calendar, what would be a place that you would recommend for people to start?
I guess I would always say I keep it pretty basic, and like Randy said, I usually start with either the people I know, or a lot of times I get out my past order forms, and I get those out and I go through them just to kind of, sometimes it'll give me ideas of people that I haven't maybe reached out to. And I will also you have to reach out to a lot. You can't just reach out to a couple of people. So if I'm going to do it, I'll, go through and I'll generate one text, and I'll come up with, maybe 10 people that I'm going to send this text to. And I'll send, I'll do it all at once. I'll create one text and send it out. And I always follow up. Like, you can't just send the text one time and expect to get a response. So I'm really, really good about following up. I know if I'm going to send it once, if I have no intention of following up, it's not worth sending. So I do that a lot. Also, past hostesses, especially when you start to hit their anniversary, or even some hostesses that want to, sometimes maybe will do each season for you, but to reach out at their Sparkle anniversary and reach out and ask them if they'd be interested in hosting again. And I've also recently had a lot of luck with that guessing game. I watched people, I would see that up there and I would think, oh, that's never going to work. That'll never work. I'm telling you, I booked 3 parties off of that. I did it last month, and I booked 3 parties off of it. And I've had a couple of other consultants on my team do it and have huge success with it too. So if you haven't tried it, I would encourage you to try it and see what kind of luck you can have with that.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. I was taking notes while both of you were talking, so I'm writing fast and furiously. So one more thing, tips from the two of you with, that always can make your calendars and turn it around without giving up. And I love that. What would you say is your party tip or booking tip if you're at a party? What is your best booking tip from within the party?
I would say, I don't know if this is much a booking tip as it's just a habit to get into, is that you have to ask every single person at that party if they want to have a party, even the people that you're afraid to ask. You have to reach out and you have to try, because it's a big numbers game. And you can keep it super simple. Like, sometimes I'll just say something as simple as like, hey, what do you think about gathering a few girlfriends and, I'll bring the Sparkle to your house, make it sound fun. But yeah, I think asking everyone is definitely key. And also checking in like at checkout, to try to find time to sit down with people individually so that you can kind of talk to them and, ask them how, if they had fun before you kind of maybe lead in with that question.
Thank you so much. And Randy?
Yes, I agree with Lisa on that. Sitting down, checking in with them, and looking at their order, complimenting them on their order, and offering some suggestions on how to wear it and all that kind of stuff, and then saying, was there anything that you weren't able to get that you want to put on your wish list for next time? And then I always write that down on their order form, and if it's something that they're like, I just can't wait to get it, then I offer, so well, look, I would love to give you a chance to earn this and so much more for free. Would you be interested in getting the girls together, and I can spread the Sparkle to your friends and family that way? And a lot of times they'll take me up on that because they're already eyeing something that they want next time anyway. And so personally asking them at checkout really has helped. I also love doing a booking game, and I rotate it out. Something that I found is really super easy is these little Sparkle cards that I make. It kind of takes the guessing game out of it. I put these in with their catalogs when they come in the door, and I give them their name tags. But the Sparkle cards, basically little card, I got these at the Dollar Tree, girls, and it has a sparkling number, the number 4 in it. So what they do when after I dress the guest and do the booking offer, I say, okay, everybody, you get to open up your Sparkle cards. And this is, of course, the $19, the $100 extra for 19. And so I always have them bring me their Sparkle card at checkout, and I ask that way, well, would you like to get that extra $100? It's $4 today by booking a party within the next 30 days. So it's easy and it's fast as far as a booking tip. So it's another spin-off of the whole 100 for the 19.
That's
I
really
love that. Gosh, thank you so much. I love the sparkle cards too. And it's so true. Do we ever, sometimes you're at a party, maybe it's really busy or this or that, and you're like, what did I do? I didn't check in very well, or I didn't use my check-in and check-out time quite right. So, it's just telling yourself before you go in, make sure that you offer it to every single person, even if they weren't there for the game or they didn't bring you that card back or whatever. But I love all of those things. Just remembering what we're there for, right? But does anybody have any questions for Randy or Lisa that you'd like to ask before we move on to our next topic? If you do have anything, you can definitely post in the chat, and we'll definitely let them answer those too. But thank you so much, Randy and Lisa.
Thank you.
great. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Let's dive into talking about sponsoring, because here we are. We have another special sponsoring kit, new business kit for the month of October. And I'm so excited that we've been given this opportunity again. We did not know this was coming. And so we feel like it's such a special thing. We don't want to miss the opportunity to take full advantage of it. So what I want to do is talk to two expert sponsors, Jess Seifer in Virginia and Jody Turry in, are you Ohio or New York? Yuri?
Pennsylvania.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's like that corner of the world that I can't get my head around geographically. All right. Well, thank you. Thanks, ladies, for both of you for being here, and congratulations on all of your sponsoring success. So let me ask you a quick question, each of you. Who will you be showing this starter kit to, say, in the next week or so?
Me personally, I just from listening to different trainings we've had and just listening to you, Lindsey, what I've done is I've actually made sure I have every one of those pieces, and I started presenting the kit at my parties. So what I do is I have it totally separate from my display. And when I talk about the business opportunity, I'm able to show everyone basically like what you can get. I've done it before, not so much, but recently, last month or so, just showing them. And actually Susan had that, I think, at one of hers when I was there. And then one of my new girls, Elaine, she had hers as well. And I said, you know what, this is working. And it's, for me, it's just when I know as myself, if I were to, just go into a girls' night, if I could see that type of kit and be able to explain how it works and all that kind of stuff, it's actually, Susan's booming, and actually Susan's team is booming as well, because I believe she's doing like very close to the same thing, and I just think when our customers see it, instead of you have that flyer and it's like, oh my God, this is awesome. But when you see those pieces, and I helped Elaine, like I was unpacking it and I go, oh my God, all of this is just like so cool. I think visual is so good on top of us talking about it at our parties.
Okay. So to your point, your goal is to make sure that everybody at every party sees it. Okay.
Correct.
Great.
Yes, exactly. And offer it to everybody, just like, I said, you never know who that person, it's that person in the corner who's quiet. You never know if you're missing that opportunity. So you always have to not be selfish and offer it to everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. Jess, what about you?
Can I dovetail on what Jody said? Jody, thank you so much for speaking on my behalf. I appreciate it. Tonight was my daughter's birthday dinner, so I was kind of jumping on, but I'm so glad I was able to make it. Thank you. And I just wanted to say that even the times when I haven't had the actual the kit there for everyone, because actually those pieces get sold. I mean, it's amazing how once you present them, even whether or not they choose to purchase the kit, the pieces get picked off. I bring my laptop and I'll just open it up and present, the visual here, and I'll play the video. Blah, 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 plant the seed. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just another way. If you don't have all of the pieces, if you don't have all of the pieces +4 for September and October, the special kit, you can still achieve that same effect, you know, showing party the kit that's available, you know, in the flashy video and everything. So just throwing that in there, Jody. Didn't mean to cut you off.
I love it. That's great, ladies. Congratulations to both of you. Jess, what about you? Who would you, now that you know that this is a thing again, in your mind, what kinds of people are you going to reach out to point this out to?
So, and to piggyback with what they said and answer the question at the same time, it really, my guests, all of my guests. And so the kit is displayed, the poster, the sign is displayed with the items they get with the kit. And then in my follow-up, as soon as I submit their orders, I'm saying good night. Good night. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Good night, honey. So right after, when I thank everyone for their orders, thank you so much. Your sparkle's on the way. By the way, just for fun. And then I'll just put the link for the kit on there just to the guests. I just started this. I'm looking to see how it goes because like these ladies have said, again, you never know. And you never know who maybe listened, saw it at the party, didn't say anything, said they weren't interested, but then they might get my text and see the thank you. And then they're going to get their jewelry in a few days after that. And then they might go back and watch the video. So that way it's accessible to them. So that was my next step, is beyond the party, making sure that every guest in my follow-up is getting that video link.
So you're inserting the video link in either the text or the email message that you're sending as a thank you. Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. What about, ladies, what about going backwards to your customers and hostesses, say from the past couple of months or several months with all of this? How would you do that? How do you pick who to go backwards to? And what do you say without feeling uncomfortable?
I feel like it can't hurt to go back to all of them, as long as I don't, we all have that inside feeling of, is it too soon? Do I need to wait a little bit or no? Like you just know, like knowing people just have that inside instinct. So I feel like if it feels like, no, I haven't talked to them in a while, I can reach out. I feel like it can't hurt because women's lives change all the time, and why not? So their position then can be different from what it is now. And again, it just can't hurt. You're just sharing information. So I would just reach out and say, hey, oh my gosh, the starter kit is so unbelievable. I'm having so much fun with this business. I thought of you. Any thoughts? Or yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Jody or Susan? Anything different? Just curious. Okay, here's a different question. How do we, this is a very enticing kit, right? And it's super easy to have people just grab the kit and run, right?
Right.
In your opinion, are there some ways to deflect that?
Yes. I will tell you that I've had a lot of women, not a lot, let's say like maybe 5 to 10 people in my career, right? And they've like, I will tell you in the very beginning, I'd say, okay, sure. You're like, oh my gosh, I got a sponsor. Well, you know what? It doesn't do you any good. So what I do now is, because I've had a few like that, is I just say, you know what? Why don't you have a girls' night? Because you can get all that free instead of, just joining just because you want all the jewelry. Well, let me show you a way how you can get all that free. And because it doesn't do you as a consultant to sponsor somebody just so you have that person, because all it does is they disappear, and then they after like they retire, and it's not helping you personally. So I steer them, here, let's have a girls' night. But I've also had the ones, Betsy, where they started because they didn't wholeheartedly tell me the truth, and later like they'll say, well, I really started this for the jewelry, but guess what? And then here we go, and so
I fall into that category.
Actually, Susan, yes,
I fall into that category. Yes, I do. And I mean, true confessions. That was me. But honestly, I am adopting that same strategy from Jody. I'm learning from her and, watching her as a leader. And that's resonating with me as well, the approach that I'm taking. I don't want people who get the kit and quit. I would rather steer them towards the girls' night, the party, that you can get you can achieve the same thing without becoming a consultant just to quit. So again, I'm learning as I go, but I have great leadership, with Jody and Lindsey. I'm sort of perfecting my approach and it's getting better. But then there's me, who I was going to get the kit and quit, right? In my mind. And, you don't want to miss those opportunities either.
Right.
So it's a delicate balance, but I think you can get to Jessica's point, I think if you get the vibe of the person, you can pick up on whether or not they have what it takes and are willing to put the time in, or literally just want the jewelry and have no interest in doing what it takes.
That's a good point. Yeah, well said. So let me open it up to the floor for a moment. Who has questions for Jody, Jess, and Susan about what to do with this kit this month?
Can I ask where the link is for the new kit? I mean, the video, they were talking about sending the link to the video. Where is that?
That's a great question. Let me share that. I'm going to share my screen.
You can also find it in your email. The company sends an email the first of every month, and all of that is in the email too.
Okay.
But you can go to the home page, click on the pink, scroll down, and then there's the share video right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So it's for October. So they changed them up. So that's good news. It's not the same video from last month. It might be, but at least they changed the words. That's a great question, Sherry. Who else? Great. All right. Well, terrific. Thank you, ladies, for that. So what we want to do is move on to one last topic, and it has to do with the Bahamas trip, because you earn the trip by selling and doing parties, right? And selling jewelry, and by sponsoring new team members. And that's how we earn a trip. And I want you to know that anyone can start right now and earn this trip. We have 13 weeks, but we have 13 weeks of the best selling season of the entire year, and the best reason to sponsor of the entire year. We've got a great kit, but not only that, there is a need and a desire on the part of a lot of women. Think of the number of people you know who are picking up a quick part-time job in order to pay for the holidays. Think of the number of women that you know who are going to go get a job at Kohl's to make sure that they're making extra money, or at the Hallmark store. Why not introduce them to Touchstone Crystal right now with this special starter kit, knowing that it's going to help them immensely and their families in all kinds of ways, but it's also going to help you go to the Bahamas. So Lindsey's going to give us the roundup about how in the best quarter of the entire year you can earn this trip starting right now.
I love it. Trips. The Bahamas for free. Any of you sitting on this call and think, oh yeah, right, I'm dead in the water, my September fell apart, or my points aren't where they're supposed to be. I don't care if you have 0 points on this call right now, you can 100% earn this trip. And hey, we could even have some of our team members that did it very quickly share that with you. We could start a thread on our pages and have them even tell you and testify to that, right? But the trip, so what does it take? 22,000 for a trip for one, 32, 36, or 42, right? 1,000 points. You're thinking, okay, yeah, right, Lindsey. If you had 0 points and you were starting today and you signed up a year ago, you could sell $6,000 a month in October, November, and December, 6,000. So host is coaching those parties well, getting 8 on your calendar, which you can absolutely do. And just start from there. One party, book those next parties, right? And your calendar is going to start filling itself. 6,000 a month, and 2 Glambassadors in October and 2 Glambassadors in November, or sponsor 4. I'm saying to do it in November, even though you still have December, because right, you're going to front load your calendar. and you can absolutely be on that trip. You're going to earn that trip for one. Your paycheck is going to be fabulous also, just saying, and you're going to earn every incentive too along the way. Or you could sell $4,675 a month and make sure that those 4 people that you're sponsoring, you're helping to start them strong, and you sponsor 4 sparklers. Then you sell about $4,700 and 4 sparklers, or $6,000 and 4 ambassadors. That is absolutely possible. Some of you are like, I've never sold 6,000 before. Just turn that mindset around. Shift it. You can do it. We have an awesome opportunity for our hostesses. We give away an amazing amount of jewelry, and we have the best host rewards ever, right? So you can absolutely do it. So just believe. If you need help finding out where you're at right now and what your game plan needs to be, reach out to Betsey, Terri, or myself, and we will absolutely walk you through that piece by piece and show you how many parties that is. And just to tell you, for those of you on a call that are at about 5,000 points so far, and you've sponsored nobody. Let's just pretend you sponsored nobody and you have 5,000 points between August and September. Sell about $4,350 a month for the next 3 months, and sponsor those 4 ambassadors, or sponsor 1 of this month and 3 next month, or 2 this month and 2 next month, whatever it is. But $4,334 and 4 ambassadors. That's what you're about when you have about 5,000 trip points so far. So absolutely believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and reach out to us so that we can help you and help you work on your plan. But it all starts with 1. Take that 1 party, work to get that 1 party, and keep touching your business. So I want us to have so many people on that trip that Betsey can't even fit us all in 1 breakfast place or 1 dinner location. That we have our circle on that beach filled with those chairs so big we never saw anything like it. So let's do this.
That's great. Thanks, Lindsey. That's awesome. I love it. I think the trips that we earn in the fall are so much fun, because the sheer momentum of the holiday season propels us toward an even better outcome than we would have in the spring. So it's a whole lot of fun, and there's a whole lot of upside to it. Okay, so we're about to be finished. Lindsey, did you and Terri have something you wanted to finish it off with? Close that with. Were you going to talk about what you're doing with your teams?
No, I'm good.
You're good.
Yep, we're good.
You're good. Okay. All right. So thank you all so much. We really want all of the best for each one of you. It matters to us that you do well, that you get what you want from your business this month. So please reach out to us to help, so we can help you set a personal plan for achieving your goals in October, November, and December. I recommend making a 3-month goal for yourself, because it's always easier to look at a calendar that's 3 months long than just 1 month. And we can show you how to do that individually. It only take 10 minutes or so by phone or by Zoom. So let us help you individually. It's not a big, long counseling session. It's just, we're all about strategy, and you deserve the best strategies. We have all the tools in place. We want to see you thrive. So thanks for being on the call. Thank you to all of our participants. And we'll see you very shortly. Have a great week, and thanks again.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, Wen.
Thank you.